It's award season, isn't it? We've had the BAFTAs, we've got the Oscars soon, but I was thinking, why don't we have Oscars for teachers? So here we are, Mr. P's nominations for this year's School Staff Oscars. And guess what? You're going to decide the winner. So I'm going to read the category, share the nominations, and then you're going to tag the winner in the comments. So let's get going. But first, I think we need to make this a little bit more formal, don't you? So we've got to make an effort. Let's go. And the first category, Best Teaching Performance. And the nominations are the teacher who, no matter what time of day it is, will always stick the kettle on for a brew. The older teacher who's been around the block, seen a lot of things, and decides to call total BS on a new initiative being introduced in a staff meeting, which will definitely add to your workload. And the teacher who covered your break duty without moaning because you forgot your coat. And the next category is Best Performance in a Leadership Role. And the nominations are the member of SLT who decided not to call a staff meeting and send an email instead. The member of the SLT who actually listened to the concerns of the staff and did something about it. The member of the SLT who said they were going to do a learning walk but didn't bother in the end because they actually trust the staff to do the job they're paid for. The member of the SLT who dragged the assembly out a little bit longer so you could finish your photocopying. And the member of the SLT who, after an SLT meeting, is the first person to come into your classroom and say, "Don't let anyone know I told you this, but guess what happened in the SLT meeting?" And the next category, Best Performance by a Teacher in a Subject Leader Role. And the nominees are the science coordinator who managed to actually buy some batteries so you can do something practical in your circuit topic in science. The PE coordinator who managed to keep the PE cupboard tidy for a whole afternoon. The computing leader who didn't lose their patience after they had to fix your laptop for the 5th time that week and didn't even say anything when it turned out you'd not turned it on at the mains. And the maths subject leader who managed to get through a whole staff meeting without mentioning the words mastery, greater depth, or reasoning. The next category, Best Supporting Performance by a TA. And the nominations are the TA who managed to convince the SLT that she knew exactly what they were doing when you were just winging it during a drop-in observation. The TA who managed to cover your PPA and didn't moan about it and did a flipping good job. The TA who knows to close your classroom door when they've just heard some juicy staff room gossip. The TA who manages, no matter what has happened in class, whether it's sick, whether it's something else, manages to clean it up while you're throwing up in the corner. The next category is Best Performance by a Member of Support Staff. And the nominations are the school secretary who managed to calm down a raging parent whose child didn't pass the letter on, but they wanted to blame you for their child's incompetence. The school caretaker who managed to fix that broken light in your classroom after you only asked 10 times. The school cook who managed to put together a 5-star lunch when you were in such a rush you left your Tupperware box on the side at home. And the final category, Best Supporting Role from a Student. The nominees are the student who is pretty much your own personal PA. The student who single-handedly managed to drag you through your lesson observation. And the only pupil in your class that gets your level of unreal banter. And there we have it, guys. That's this year's Teacher Oscars, the nominations, and now it's down to you to tag your winners. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Please do like and share if you have. Make sure you're following on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter and YouTube, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.